disaster epic directed by Roland Emmerich, and this movie stars Patrick Wilson, Halle Berry and John Bradley. In this movie we learn that a mysterious force has shifted the moon out of its orbit, and we learn that the moon is on a crash collision course with the Earth. And it is up to 2 ex-NASA astronauts and a conspiracy theorist to prevent this from happening and to save the world. Before we go any further guys, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel, hit that alarm bell as well so you get notifications when my videos are going to be uploaded, and give this video a like as well. I kept my expectations pretty low when it came to watching Moonfall. Roland Emmerich has monopolised the disaster epic market. He's pretty much told every story there is to tell about the disaster movie genre. And just like M. Night Shyamalan, he has peaked in terms of, okay, I've told this story time and time again, what else is there for me to tell? And this movie felt a little bit lazy because it didn't feel like there was anything new in this movie. It felt like a rehash of some of Roland Emmerich's previous works, but more importantly than that, it felt like a derivative of 1998's Armageddon. And when I saw Moonfall, I saw parallels between that and Armageddon. In the opening sequence, we see our astronauts in space and we see the mysterious force knock their shuttle out of orbit and it ends up killing one of the astronauts. That is the same thing that happened in the opening sequence of Armageddon. To prevent the moon from crashing into the Earth, they need to go into the moon, detonate an EMP to kill the mysterious force, and that will prevent the moon from crashing into the Earth. That is the same thing that happened with Armageddon. Even the finale sequence, where there is a sacrificial scene where one of the team members has to die, the same thing with Armageddon. So it didn't feel like there was anything new at all. This movie felt very boring. Moonfall for me feels very misplaced. I feel that this movie should have been made at least 22, 23 years ago. Had you released this movie in the late 90s and early noughties, it would have worked then. This movie is very cliched, it's very corny, and it's got a lot of cringe-worthy dialogue. What made Armageddon work so well was the fact that whilst it was tongue-in-cheek, it was still very entertaining. And it fit the time that it was released in. That was a 90s movie. But what hurts Moonfall even more is the fact that the characters are uninteresting, the storyline is kind of weak, and the film drags in certain areas. And it is a movie that goes off in so many different directions. The movie pays homage to Transformers, Dark Moon. It pays homage to 1999's A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick. This movie could have easily been directed by Michael Bay. Logic goes out the window with Moonfall. There's one particular scene where the oceans are starting to spill over and it's crashing into buildings, it's destroying everything. And as the shuttle is about to launch, we see that the water goes over the shuttle, but the shuttle manages to crash through the water and go into space. And I'm like, how the hell did that happen? I found that the performances, I mean, Patrick Wilson and Halle Berry, they were okay, you know. John Bradley was the one that delivered the laughs. This film has so much cliche dialogue. If there was a vomit bag in the cinema, I would have used it. Halle Berry uses one line where somebody tells her, "You work for me," and Halle Berry's character says, "No, I work for the American people." And I'm like, God damn. And another line that you could just see coming a mile away, where one of the generals says, "God help you if you're wrong." And another general said, "If I'm wrong, God help us all." And we heard that delivered even better in 1995's Crimson Tide.
God help you if you're wrong. If I'm wrong, then we're at war. God help us all.
And if Denzel was watching that movie, I'm sure he would have said something like this.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you didn't.
Roland Emmerich loves to utilize visual effects, but I felt that certain scenes in the film, the visual effects look stale. And if you look at some of his earlier work, Independence Day, 2012, Day After Tomorrow, those visual effects scenes hold up better than Moonfall. There's a particular theme that is pretty much runs concurrent through every one of Roland Emmerich's films, which is a family arc between a parent and their child that hasn't worked that well. And this is no different in Moonfall. Only the problem is it was just so boring and so uninteresting. When you look at movies such as, you know, Day After Tomorrow or San Andreas or 2012, when people were in danger, they experienced the danger, they looked like they were in danger and they showed their emotion. It wasn't done with Moonfall. And also with the supporting cast, you've got Michael Pena and you even see Donald Sutherland in this movie, and they were terribly underused. On the whole, Moonfall was just a rehash of 1990s action. And it shows a director who is running out of ideas. And I do feel that Roland Emmerich, I mean, we forget he directed some brilliant films, such as Universal Soldier, such as The Patriot. I hope he goes back to telling those types of films at some point. So I really do hope that he starts telling more stories that focus on character and focus on narrative rather than visual effects. So I'll give Moonfall 4 out of 10. So guys, thanks for watching. As always, hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well. Leave your comment with whether you've actually seen Moonfall and what do you think about it. And more important than that, what is your favourite Roland Emmerich movie that he's directed? Comment down below and I shall see you all in the next film review. Take care.